ago, we witnessed the 2026 FIFA World Cup finals. Unfortunately, the confetti has settled and one nation is celebrating. And if you didn't watch the World Cup, that nation is Spain, which makes them European champions as well as world champions. Millions of fans around the world are still trying to recover from heartbreak, and for many of us, we are having World Cup withdrawal symptoms. And if your social media feed is anything like mine, you will realize that the internet is still buzzing. The staging of the 2026 FIFA World Cup has given us everything you could ever want in a World Cup. The emotional goodbyes, the shocking exits, the Cinderella stories, you name it. This tournament gave us moments that we'll be talking about for years. So it's only fitting that in today's video, we'll be talking about 10 moments, or we'll be doing a FIFA 2026 Football World Cup recap. Hi, I'm Janice. Welcome to the Deca Wonders channel. Just before we get into the video, I'd like to invite you to subscribe to our channel, hit the notification bell so you never miss any of our videos. We'd love to have you as part of our Deca Wonders family. Now, let's get started. At number 10, we're going to be talking about the heartthrobs, the players that the internet had been crushing on since the World Cup. These are the players that had the internet in a chokehold, whether it was their style, their type of play, their smile, their confidence, the way they carried themselves on and off the pitch. These players had the internet buzzing. Leading the list is Bellingham from England. We have Michael Olise from France, Lucas from Sweden, Nakamura from Japan, and closing out the list is Musiala from Germany. So whether or not your heartthrob is in this list is not exclusive, and I would love to hear from you in the comments. Who had you crushing on them throughout the FIFA World Cup? Coming in at number 9, we're going to talk about the biggest exits, or the shock exits of the tournament. Every World Cup has surprises, and this one was no different. But the exit that stunned football fans the most was Germany's loss to Paraguay. Many experts had predicted that Germany would once again have a long run during this World Cup, but their exit stunned fans across the world as one they had never expected. The four-time world champions were sent home after a dramatic penalty shootout with Paraguay. Then came another stunning exit when Norway sent the five-time champions Brazil packing.
Brazil now surely going home.
Once again, the beautiful game has reminded us that reputation and history do not win matches. And it's that unpredictability that makes football so magical. Every World Cup gives us players who step onto the biggest stage and create unforgettable moments. This tournament was no different. A lot of players had incredible performances and made their mark, but there are two players we want to highlight who truly surprised fans around the world, and they are Michael Olise of France and Vozinha of Cabo Verde. First, let's talk about Michael Olise. Coming into this tournament, many people knew his talent, but the World Cup gave him the perfect stage to show the world what he could do. With his creativity, composure, and ability to create opportunities, Olise finished as the tournament's top assist provider, proving that he can be one of the most exciting attacking players for France's future. And then there's Vozinha from Cabo Verde. Before this World Cup, he was not a household name. A lot of people knew nothing about him. But this goalkeeper delivered one incredible performance after another, making big saves and keeping Cabo Verde competitive against some of the world's best teams.
The Netherlands, it's a chance for Argentina. It's going to fall for Messi, saved! Vozinha, follow-up block by the goal scorer, Lopez Cabral. 8 saves, Vozinha.
His determination and leadership turned him into one of the tournament's biggest surprise stories. Sometimes the biggest stars of the World Cup are the ones the world meets for the first time. And Michael Olise and Vozinha are two players fans will remember long after this tournament. At number 7, we're going to talk about the fans and their celebrations, their support for their teams. There's no way we could do a recap and forget the fans, because football isn't just played on the pitch, it's lived in the stands. And this World Cup gave us some of the most passionate supporters we've ever seen. Did you guys see the way Cristiano Ronaldo's fans practically took over Toronto, turning entire streets into seas of Portuguese colors? That was crazy. And then we have the Norwegian supporters who became internet sensations with their synchronized rowing celebration. I mean, I looked forward to seeing that after every Norway match. Every stadium became a festival of culture, music, chants, and unforgettable energy. And there's one special fan that we have to highlight as well, and that's Yamal's little brother, who was in the stands cheering, admiring, and watching his brother. It was so wholesome to see. Did you like that? Let me know in the comments which fans really captured your admiration during this World Cup. At number 6, let's talk about the third place match, which was an absolute classic. If you missed that match, you missed a spectacle. Who says the third place playoff is meaningless? This year's bronze medal match completely shattered that narrative. Instead of two disappointed teams simply going through the motions, fans were treated to an attacking masterclass packed with goals, excitement, and non-stop action. It was one of the highest scoring and most entertaining matches of the tournament. If anyone skipped it, they missed an absolute thriller. Now at number 5, the fairy tale teams. Every World Cup gives us an underdog. Now, I don't know who was your underdog in this World Cup, but I'm sure for this year, the majority can agree it was Cabo Verde. Several nations captured the hearts of football fans everywhere, but Cabo Verde continued to prove that determination and teamwork can compete with football's traditional giants. Their incredible journey inspired millions and showed just how much the global game continues to grow. Stories like these remind us why we fall in love with football in the first place. At number 4 are the emotional goodbyes. The exits we feared were coming. Some moments weren't about lifting trophies, they were just about saying goodbye. This tournament may have marked the final World Cup appearances for legends like Cristiano Ronaldo, Luka Modric, Manuel Neuer, Neymar, and possibly even Messi. These players have inspired an entire generation. And watching them walk off the World Cup stage for what could be the final time reminded us that football, just like life, it moves forward, but it hurts. It's truly the end of an era. And guys, I must say the moment when Cristiano Ronaldo played his last match and he was crying, it was so touching. And what stood out for me most of all was the moment that Yamal walked up to him and gave him a hug. That is one of the moments that will stay with me that I've taken from this World Cup. At number 3, I'm going to be talking about a player who I believe deserves his own special segment because he has had a legendary run in the World Cup. And whether you're a fan of his or not, you cannot deny the fact that we are witnessing greatness even at such a young age. Some players have great tournaments, others create history. Kylian Mbappé did both. At just 27 years old, Mbappé continues to rewrite the record books and prove that he's one of the greatest players of his generation. In this World Cup, he delivered a legendary performance, finishing as the Golden Boot winner and leading the tournaments in goals. Mbappe's speed and confidence and the ability to perform under pressure made him almost unstoppable. Match after match, he carried France's attack and showed the world why he's considered one of football's biggest superstars. His World Cup achievements speak for themselves. He became one of the youngest players ever to reach double-digit World Cup goals, joined an elite group of players with multiple World Cup final goals, and continued climbing the all-time World Cup scoring charts. At this point, calling him just a World Cup star doesn't feel like enough. His performances have earned him a new title, Mr. World Cup, which is absolutely fitting because when the biggest stage arrives, he doesn't just show up, he makes history. At number 2, we're gonna be talking about goals because what's football without goals? We watch to see the goals. The goals win the matches. Every World Cup leaves us with goals that become part of football history. Long-range screamers, last-minute winners, brilliant team moves, impossible finishes. These are the clips fans will replay for years. The kind of moments that make millions jump off their couches at exactly the same time. This World Cup delivered, and it will be remembered for a very long time. And at number one, we're going to be talking about the goalkeepers as well, who stole the show. How could we leave them out? They helped to win matches as well, making this World Cup the experience that it was. When people think about World Cup heroes, they usually think about the players scoring the goals, but this tournament reminded us that championships are often built from the back. Time and time again, goalkeepers delivered breathtaking saves that completely changed the course of matches. Sometimes it was a spectacular one-on-one stop. Other times it was a last-minute save in stoppage time. Or the nerve of facing penalties in a shootout. These shot stoppers proved why they're some of the most valuable players on the pitch. Several goalkeepers produced performances that will be remembered for years, keeping their nations alive when it mattered most and frustrating some of the world's greatest attackers. From Spain's goalkeeper showing incredible composure and consistency to Argentina's goalkeeper continuing to deliver on the biggest stage, these players proved why goalkeepers are often the difference between winning and losing. Portugal's goalkeeper stepped up with crucial saves when his team needed him most, while England's goalkeeper showed confidence and reliability throughout the tournament. Norway's goalkeeper became one of the unexpected standouts, making big saves and helping his team compete against top opposition. And then there was Vozinha of Cabo Verde, one of the biggest surprises of the tournament. The 2026 World Cup reminded us that sometimes the biggest heroes aren't the ones scoring the goals. They're the ones stopping them. And there you have it, the 10 reasons why we'll never forget this 2026 FIFA World Cup. It gave us so much to remember. New heroes, Cinderella stories, emotional exits, astonishing goals, historic saves, jaw-dropping records, rising stars. You name it, the World Cup delivered. We got all the moments that reminded us why football is called the beautiful game. Records were broken, history was rewritten, hearts were broken as well, and dreams came through. But the World Cup delivered memories that will last a lifetime. Your team may have lifted the trophy, your team may have exited before you expected, but still, football gave us a month that we will never forget. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What was your favorite moment of the 2026 FIFA World Cup? Was it a moment, a goal? Was it a player? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Football doesn't just end here. The beautiful game still goes on. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also remember to hit the notification bell so you never miss any of our videos. And until next time, keep wondering, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next one. I'm Janice from the Deco Wonders channel, and I'm out.